This is my real-life husband, Paul. We are very much in love. We sit on the sofa in our sweats, eat chicken with our hands, and watch Judge Judy. We met 12 years ago when he told me where to park my car.
Anywhere up there.
This is my fantasy husband, the actor Martin Donovan. I fell in love with Martin Donovan when I saw the movie The Portrait of a Lady. He played Ralph, the dying billionaire with the bad cough. One of my favorite fantasies is where I attend a film festival party at Norman Jewison's house. John Cusack is there and he's constantly trying to get my attention. He's all over me. I guess I thought he was kind of cute back in the day, but I was younger then, and now that I see him in the daylight, well, he was younger then too. It's my fantasy, and I tell you, he's no Martin Donovan. Suddenly, Martin Donovan appeared, smiling and coughing. The other guests seemed to fade into the background. It was like we were the only two celebrities there. We danced and drank and talked until the first light of dawn. And then he beat up John Cusack. Now, I don't know if you've ever had two guys fight over you or not, but I can tell you that it is flattering and embarrassing at the same time. It's probably a lot like being named Employee of the Month. Then Martin Donovan gave me his mother's wedding ring. He has been carrying it around with him since he was 17. That's 28 years. Finally, thank goodness, Martin Donovan has met the right girl. Apparently, during my marriage vows to Paul, I said something like not marrying anyone else, but I was drunk and I wasn't really listening. One of my other favorite fantasies is when Martin Donovan and I accidentally get locked in a department store and have to spend the night there, in the champagne section. It's always a hard day in a girl's life when she has to introduce her fantasy husband to her flesh husband. It could go either way, really. Except for being married to me, they didn't really seem to have anything in common. So who was to know that Paul was a big Martin Donovan fan too? You know, at first, I didn't think my real-life husband would like my fantasy husband. But something very strange happened. It's actually very hard for me to explain it. For some bizarre reason, they hit it off. They got along incredibly well. They were best friends. They were inseparable, like codependents. So there we were, 3 peas in a pod. Surely this was the happiness of TLC in the Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls video, or those dwarf guys that they have in Disneyland, or the Three Stooges. We had the happiness of 7 dwarfs and 3 stooges. One day while meditating, we actually levitated in unison. Sometimes Martin Donovan, Paul, and I would have our own private kegger parties in the backyard, just like college kids. But mostly, we would while away the hours, Paul and Martin Donovan worshiping me. With 2 guys treating me so royally, I know now how Princess Fergie must have felt when she lost all that weight and got that spokesmodel job at Weight Watchers. Sometimes we would get in the truck and have lunch at a country bistro, or at the latest hip spot downtown. But no matter where we went, 2 things for sure. Martin Donovan would always drive, and he would always pay. Everything was great. If you can't handle a few minor problems in a fantasy, then you're doing something wrong. The only problem was the winter time. Martin Donovan could not handle the tricky driving conditions. One day, while driving back from our fencing class, he spun out of control on some ice and crashed into a cat hospital. When we all came out of our comas, things were never the same. He said that he wanted to go back to California because he missed his real-life family and his acting. Paul and I had to let him go. Aren't actors great? Martin Donovan made all that effort just because I dug him in a movie. And then, through his art, he helped me dig my life. Now, that's what I call a real artist.